Hello everyone, this is Manish. So, in this session, we'll talk about Informatica Axon Data Marketplace. Okay, so before starting that, first we'll talk about the data democratization. Okay, so what is data democratization? So, data democratization is basically to allow all the users in an organization to have access on the data, not only for the key members. Okay, so they can collaborate better. Or I mean they all can collaborate and in a better way. Okay, so Axon Marketplace is basically allows an organization to have data democratization across organization. Okay, organization or across, so that there all the users can get access on the required data. They can perform analysis and they can add the outcome whatever they found based on the analysis. So basically they all can collaborate because they have a way to ask the data, get access on data, and then perform the required analysis on that data set. Okay, so before going further, let's just understand some term before okay. And in addition to that, Exxon Marketplace is a self-service tool where an user can request for a data set for which they want to access. So this is how it that allows data democratization in organization. Okay, so key terms. So first is consumer, or moreover we can say the data consumer. So data consumer is a user who actually need access on a data. Okay, who want to have access on data to perform analytics on that. Then data owner is second stakeholder. Data owner, moreover we can say business owner. So he is from business perspective owns that particular data set in Axon. Okay, who basically stakeholder of a data set, generally we can say the data owner or business owner of the data set. So this person is basically responsible to create data set in the create data set and publish to the marketplace. Okay, this particular data owner. And then the technical owner, moreover the person or user who technically owns that data. Okay, so from EDC side, who is the owner of that particular data, and the person who can actually provide the actual data. Okay, so here one thing just keep in mind that even though we are interacting from Axon side, but the thing is we are not asking metadata, we are asking the actual data, because metadata anyway, if anyone has access, he can at least view that metadata, but he is asking the data to perform some kind of analytics. Okay, okay, so is that clear? What is the consumer, data owner, technical owner, and what is for data marketplace? Okay, now coming to the flow, how this self-service functionality works. So first of all, the data owner, as I mentioned, he is the person who is responsible to create data set and upload. I mean not upload, we can say publish here in the terminology of marketplace. So just consider an example of a customer data set. So first of all, data owner need to create that customer data set and publish it. If it is already there, then he just simply need to publish to data marketplace. Okay, while he publish this data market to data marketplace, so he need to categorize. Categorize basically the grouping of the data set. So customer data set he can group, you can say, in a end user. Okay, so end user will be group and the customer data set, and then he can publish it in the Axon data marketplace. Okay, once that part is done, then the consumer is data consumer, so he can simply search, then find the customer data set. Once he find that customer data set, then he can raise a request for to have access on this particular data set. Okay, so once the request is raised with the justification why he need access on this particular data set, then it will come to the respective data owner or business owner. Then he can check based on the justification whether he can approve or reject the request. If he doesn't find that it is not it is not good to that this particular user have access to data set, then he can reject. If he finds the request is feasible, then he can approve. If he rejects, then further they can work together offline. Once they both are agree, then he can again raise a request. If not, like if it is approved, then it is fine. So once it is approved, then it will go to the technical owner. Technical owner, basically what it will do, uh, he will simply that deliver data to the consumer. But how he will deliver the data? Because here I am talking about data, not metadata. Okay, so here actually the concept data provisioning is coming into the picture. Okay, data provisioning is basically integration of IICS and EDC. So you have to just perform some technical configuration to make it happen. So what we'll do, once request is approved, then technical owner can load that data in some target tables, and then can share the detail of this target table separately with the data consumer. And once that part is done, then he will simply update in the system that data has been delivered and details has been shared in the email. Okay, so this is how the flow works. Okay, and here I am just trying to explain in term of like theoretical, because I don't have access on the Axon, but I am assuming that you at least one time gone through by the Axon UI, like how it looks and how the marketplace looks. And theoretically, this will help you when you really get a chance to work on Excel marketplace, like what this functionality and how it works, so that you will not get confused when you will talk in terms of data owner, technical owner, data consumer, all these things. Okay, so this is all okay. So just to make it more simpler, let's assume an example of e-commerce site. Just assume Amazon. I am a user in Amazon, and I want to that purchase headphone. So as I mentioned, first off, data owner need to upload, create or publish the data set. So here shopkeeper need to first upload, okay, that one if it is not already there. Okay, then I am as a user means data consumer, I will simply search, find and get the required headphone, then I can add into my cart, then I can go for payment. Assume here the payment done means approve. If you did not make payment, then it's rejected. Okay, so once you make the payment, then what will happen, it will goes to the shopkeeper and your dispatch team. They will work together and get the required things delivered to you. Once the headphone is delivered, they will update in the system that yeah, item is delivered. Similar way here, data consumer is basically your user, business owner just leave it, it is approve, reject, and technical owner is basically your shopkeeper or dispatch team. Okay, so they will actually deliver data or items in a different way of form, they physically here in this case, but in system they will just record it is delivered. The same way in Axon marketplace, they will they will update in a system that data has been delivered. However, they will load the data in some target tables where you can access, where you will get access and you can perform the further analytics. So that is all about the Axon marketplace, and in the next video we'll talk about the technically things that we have to configure to make it successful. Thank you very much.